Welcome, welcome, welcome to Armchair Expert. I'm Monica Padman.
Hi, Dax Shepard, Belle.
Oh, there would be a beautiful man on today. Beautiful, beautiful man. Sam Elliott.
Yes.
My mother's number one crush of all time.
Yeah, she's so cute when she talks about him.
Oh, she loves some Sam Elliott. Who doesn't? I love some Sam Elliott. I think I fell in love with him as a boy in Mask, and then parlayed that into Roadhouse, where he's one of the
butt cheeks.
Well, no, that's
it's not his butt cheeks, but there are butt cheeks in that movie.
There's gratuitous male butt cheeks in that film, but Sam is just one of the legendary all-time badasses of the silver screen. I came to know him on The Ranch, which is on Netflix currently. We got another 10 coming at you. Such a privilege to sit and talk to Sam. Such a sweet person and
very
been a part of so many different iterations of this business. So please enjoy Sam Elliott. We get support from Quince.
So we've been talking about Quince a lot lately, and as we head into fall, it's the perfect time to reset your wardrobe with their amazing pieces. I think it's so fun to do when the seasons turn over to just spruce up your wardrobe with a couple specials, and Quince is the place.
Totally. We're talking organic cotton, Mongolian cashmere, tailored chinos from just $60. Premium fit and quality you'd expect from a luxury brand designer. I love Quince. You know, I like it understated and subtle, and I like stuff that has high quality. And Quince checks all those boxes.
I love a lot of stuff from Quince. Honestly, they have incredible premium denim, which is very important for fall. It's pretty much all I wear in the fall is denim. And Quince has such a good selection of quality denim. Their stuff is so versatile, timeless, and built to last that you just grab every single day without thinking.
Right. And all of that for 50 to 80% less than similar brands. They go direct to ethical factories, cut out the middlemen, so you get all that quality without overpaying for it.
We love that. And they do way more than clothes. They have bedding, cookware, bath essentials, travel must-haves, same deal, and great quality.
Upgrade your everyday. Download the Quince app for app-exclusive offers or go to quince.com/Dax. Get free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada and the UK too. That's QUINCE.com/Dax.
We get support from Skims. Oh man, do I love Skims. I've been living in the Skims lightweight cotton collection all summer, and I have to tell you, getting dressed has become so easy. I just throw it on. It just feels right immediately, whether I'm grabbing coffee or I'm on the couch all day or I'm out, even going to dinner. The cotton is so lightweight and breathable, which in this heat is a non-negotiable. The cotton jersey t-shirt, I just need everyone to know about this one. This one hugs in all the right places. It's very soft and it still looks and fits the same after months of washing, which is very hard to do, I feel, with t-shirts. I've been wearing the black cotton jersey t-shirt with basically everything all summer long. It goes great with any patterned skirt or shorts or pants. I mean, anything truly. I believe that's probably my favorite piece from the cotton collection, but they also have great lightweight cotton thongs that are so comfortable and they're cute. That is a very, very hard mix to achieve, especially with undergarments. I feel if you can find some that are cute, but also comfortable and do the job, that is a win. And Skims has really, really figured that out with the lightweight cotton collection. Shop Skims cotton and all of my favorite pieces at skims.com. After you place your order, be sure to let them know we sent you. Select podcast in the survey and be sure to select Armchair Expert in the drop-down menu that follows.
He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert.
Where do you get those Dax Shepard calendars?
Oh, I wish that was me. That's my idol, a friend of mine, Charlie Curtis, who owns a CrossFit gym.
Okay, looks like you.
God
wow.
bless
That's the best
you.
thing you could have ever said to him.
Yeah, it does.
true.
I thought it was.
Charlie's got probably 30 pounds of muscle on me. Okay, well, I want to start by saying, from the second we started working together, I thought, God, I would love to get him on the podcast.
Ooh.
But you live in Malibu. I'm not going to be a pain in the ass and come do my silly show in my attic. But luckily, Netflix was like, hey, what about interviewing Sam? And I said, if you ask him, I'll be there to party.
They have no shame. They're going to ask.
Yeah, well, that's their job. Yeah, I was like, oh, let them fall on their sword. If he's into it, then great.
Right.
To leave Malibu, it's nice out there, right? It's heaven. So you
Yes,
can't
you
imagine
know,
you want to leave.
We've been out there for like 40 years through all the shit. The fires, the floods, old Malibu getting pushed out by Nouveau Malibu. And we're not finding it as much fun as we used to.
Oh, really?
We're looking north. We have a place up in Oregon, and I think ultimately, if we live long enough, we're going to get out of here.
You are. Now, when the fires came last year,
Yeah.
you stayed
We
you stayed
had
and
to.
fought.
We had to.
Wow.
No, not advisable.
Hose
right?
in hand, brother.
Hose in hand. And I remember seeing you at work. Well, first of all, you had to miss a couple days of work because you were literally out there battling a fire.
Yeah.
At some point, like the news was there, and there's a picture of you on your house, right, with a fire hose in the fire department.
The fire department came in about 20 minutes after it went over the top of us. And they came over at our place because the house behind us was fully involved.
Oh, really?
And these guys it was a strike team out of Point Hueneme,
Okay.
the military base, naval base. And they were just happened to be going down to PCH, and I looked down there and I see this house on fire. So they came through our place.
Oh.
And while I was there, this guy said, "Hey, man, will you take a picture with me?" I said, "Yeah." And the fucking thing ended up online.
Well, it's rare that a photo you would take ends up online and you're stoked about it. But I got to say, of all the photos,
No,
me
it was
battling a
cool.
fire, I'm kind of into that. Go ahead and put that out there.
That was cool. But I wasn't battling. I was just leaning up against the rig. Catherine got burned out on that property in 78,
Oh, she did?
the year we met, actually. She lived in a big double-wide trailer, but she had everything she owned in it.
Oh, wow.
Lost all of her family stuff, all the photos, all that stuff. Had a big stack of Navajo rugs that she'd collected and been given. I mean, it was priceless.
Yeah.
Got out with all the animals. We had 3 horses there at the time and 4 dogs. Lost 1 cat, went up.
Went up.
Went
In
up.
flames.
In smoke, in the smoke, man.
Well, and this dovetails into one of my questions I asked you on set, which is you've been in really good shape for a really long time, almost impossible to stay in your shape. And I was like, what is your routine? What's your diet? And you go, I do yard work. Is that the truth?
It is the truth.
Just yard work.
Just yard work. I ran for forever. Ran in high school, ran in college, ran after. But my knees and one hip have now told me to stop doing that.
I think a lot of people would have the same curiosity that I did when I met you, which is I guess I probably assumed you were from Texas or somewhere. And then I came to find out that you grew up in Sacramento from 0 to 13, right? Then you went up to Portland.
When I was 15, I went up there. I went up to Portland and I started high school in Portland.
Yeah, so your dad was a predator control something,
yeah.
right? For the
Worked-
Department of the Interior. What the fuck is that
Yeah,
job?
U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, They grew up in Texas. All my family's from
El
Texas.
Paso?
Yeah, which I just came back from, actually. I was down there during that shooting,
Oh,
wow.
you were.
which is fucking weird.
Were you working there?
They have a film festival, actually, a great film festival there. And I'd gone there last year with Bigfoot, the man who killed Hitler. And
Yeah.
then,
Oh,
then
yeah.
The Bigfoot.
Potentially the best title of a movie of all
Yeah.
time.
And they asked us to come back this year, and they screened Butch Cassidy, and it was because it was a 50th anniversary.
Uh-huh.
And then they screened this terrible fucking movie that Catherine and I met on called The Legacy. It was like a gothic horror movie, and it was the most embarrassing screening I ever been. It was really fucking awful. I mean, really fucking awful. So over the top.
Oh, good. You should do that at least
So over the top.
a couple times in your life.
No, that was that's plenty. I did that in Frogs, so I've done those too.
But you take something like that, right? And then if you evaluate it in the sense of your career, maybe you're like, I don't know. But when you look at your life and the real importance, like you meet Catherine there.
That was the legacy, man.
Right. So.
That was the reason I went and did it, because she was in it.
Oh, you did, specifically to be with her.
I'd never met her before. I saw her coming and go on Butch Cassidy. I was a contract player at Fox when they did that. And I had a part in it which never survived the cut. I'm a shadow on the wall.
Yeah. Butch Cassidy is her kind of breakout thing, and you're there.
Watching her coming and going, and that's why I wanted to be in London in 1978.
That's kind of adorable. So you liked her then. You liked her right out of the gates for 10 years.
I liked her a long time before that.
Uh-huh.
That was after The Graduate. We all liked her.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Hard not to like.
All of my generation liked her.
Well, here's a real
So
testament
sweet.
to Catherine is that, as you know, we've gone through in real life. My mother's number one heartthrob is you. She was speechless in Sam's presence, which I've never witnessed. It was so exciting. She was giddy like a girl.
That blew my mind.
And this is a testament to Catherine. As much as she loves you, she was like, I'm so glad he's with Catherine. That's the gal. Because she loved Catherine that much as well. And she thought, if I have to lose him to a woman, this is the one I would pick. That says a lot. When you love a man, but you're happy to see him with another woman, it says a lot about that woman.
It does.
Remember, I brought her to set.
I remember vividly.
Yeah.
And she came back
You bet you did.
for seconds.
Yeah.
And it was in front of an audience.
Yes.
You know?
So, Dad, now a predator controller, does this mean he's like monitoring cougars and stuff?
It means they're killing them.
Oh, they're killing cougars.
Yeah, they were those guys that... My dad was an Eagle Scout. He took it all very seriously, and I think those Eagle Scouts are scouts forever. Particularly my dad. I was in the Scouts, the Boy Scouts, for a while, and I was in the Explorers for a while, but I didn't take to it, and I think it kind of mystified him.
Right.
He grew up in El Paso. He and my mom both graduated from El Paso High, and they've been generations on both sides, particularly my mom's side. And my dad was just bitten by being outdoors. And he got this job working for the Fish and Wildlife Service, and my mom was going to school at the time. She graduated from University of Texas at El Paso. The night of her graduation, she married this guy.
Oh, no kidding.
And moved to Marfa, Texas, which today is cool.
Yeah, it's like an art place or something?
It's very arty now, and it's beautiful country. But for a woman to graduate from college and then move to fucking Marfa.
Right to the middle of a desert.
Fuck, man. I don't think my mom ever got over it in some way.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my mom had a similar thing where she graduated high school pregnant with my brother.
That'd do it.
Yeah, and she's like, oh shit, I guess now I'm on this trajectory.
Yeah, and that's where my mom went. You know, that's what women did in those days, I guess.
Yeah.
My mom was a crack athlete, and she had a lot of shit going for her.
Well, in Sacramento, she was a school teacher, and she was also
She was a
physical
school teacher in Portland.
Oh, in Portland.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
so
she was a swimmer. She was a diving champion, a Texas diving champion.
Oh.
She was the first lifeguard in El Paso, Texas.
Really?
Wow.
She and my dad met at this place called Washington Park, which was a big outdoor, kind of a lake/pool.
Uh-huh.
They're both lifeguards there.
Yeah. It's good to meet in swimwear.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
To check it all out.
Now, I'm just thinking of it because your mom obviously was like, she had gumption. She had dreams, was competitive. She had all these things.
Yeah.
I often feel very grateful that I have the mom I have because she is a fucking workhorse. She's a go-getter.
Yeah.
And so I wanted a woman like that. So I found one like that, Kristen. And I feel very grateful that was the model I had. That's the woman's love I wanted. And then I had to go find one that was similar.
You get spoiled by mom.
Yeah.
I think I did too. You know, I think Catherine's very much like my mom in some ways. I also think my dad would have really loved Catherine because of who she is, you know.
Yeah. Well, he married a firecracker, so he must like that, right?
Yeah. We never really talked a lot about that. We never really talked about a lot of shit. You know, my dad died when he was 54. I was off at college in a bar. I was drunk in a bar the night my dad died. there's a scene in a ranch in which I'm telling Kutcher about my dad having a heart attack when he was out in the field, and I'd left him there because we'd had some beef, and I went into town, got drunk, came back, and he was dead. Made it fun playing that scene.
Yeah. Now, you went to University of Oregon, right? You're there for a minute,
briefly.
and then
I was there 2 minutes. I was started there, went away and graduated from a JC in Vancouver, Washington, Clark College, and then I went back there, and it was when I was back there that my dad. I had illusions that I was going to run the hurdles for Bill Bowerman back in the day. That was my event.
Oh, that's why you were there.
That's why I went there.
Wait, is Bill Bowerman related to the Nike thing somehow?
Bill Bowerman is the Nike.
He
thing.
is he's the guy who invented the waffle shoe at University of Oregon.
Yep.
So you knew him?
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
I knew him more in high school, actually, because the state finals were always down there, and I went to the state finals 3 times when I was in high school, and Bowerman was always there checking out the goods, for the younger kids. And it's not like he said, come down and run for me, but that's why I went down there.
And did you run at University of Oregon?
I trained more than I ran.
Uh-huh.
I competed once.
Okay.
Trained a lot.
And you went there and you majored in English and psychology originally, yeah?
Yeah,
But then you kind of discover acting at Clark? Is that
I
what
always wanted to be an actor.
you always did?
I wanted to be an actor since I was in Sacramento.
Really?
Going to the neighborhood theater, Saturday matinees, 9 years old. So I want to do that. It's just that thing about going into a movie theater in the dark and getting transported. And
It's a very romantic.
yeah.
Yeah. But your dad, obviously, he was very pragmatic, right? So he was
totally against it.
Right.
I remember him telling my mom when I overheard him say one time, that kid's got a chance. The classic, that kid's got a snowball's chance in hell.
That's what
having a career in that fucking town.
that's what your dad said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To my mom, but I heard it.
Uh-huh. So did you not profess, like, I'm going to L.A. and all that while he was alive? I guess what I'm wondering is when he died.
I think he always knew that I was serious about it, which is really why it gave him fits. He wanted me to go to college, and that's probably why I ended up going to college and not going south out of high school. And I think part of the reason that he wanted that is because in his world, he saw all these guys coming out of college and had what he referred to as a sheepskin, getting the jobs away from the guys that he'd been working with. And that was cool, and I understood that. But the other thing that they had the sheepskin, but they didn't know shit. They didn't have any field experience.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't deserve the job. So it was kind of a...
Yeah, it's kind of a paradox. He
Yeah.
wants you to be the guy he resents, basically.
Yeah.
So when he died, I'm sure sad as you were, did it also liberate you to just go, all right, well, now there's no barrier at all? Or were you were going to do it anyway?
No, I was going to do it anyway.
Right.
I laid out of school right after he died. At the end of that term, I left. And I probably could have stayed and probably graduated. I was like, I don't know, 2 terms short of graduating.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll go back and do it someday. I don't know. But
Yeah. Well, if you end up back
Should.
up there, maybe you could swing through.
that was during the height of the Vietnam War. So I laid out of school, lost my 2S standing, my student standing. And I knew I was going to get drafted. So I went and I saw all the recruiters. I went to the Army and the Navy and the Marine Corps. And I'd settled on the Army. I was going to join the Army. And I had all this shit that you get from recruiters on the kitchen table. I remember going in there one morning, my mom had tears in her eyes. And she was not like bawling or anything, but she was like fucking not feeling good about it. And she said, please don't do this.
Mm-hmm.
And a friend of my dad's knew the commander of the Air National Guard base there in Portland. So I joined the National Guard.
Now, when you were going to join before Mom was upset, were you joining because you thought, I got to join a version of this where I don't end up in Vietnam? Or were you, at that point, you wanted to go to Vietnam?
It's not like I wanted to go. I just wanted to fulfill my obligation.
Right.
I felt like I had an obligation to do it. My dad didn't go in the military because he had bad knees from playing ball. I know that about him. He always kind of felt about it.
Now, I'm going to ask you a question that probably will be annoying because it's basically I'm asking you to put yourself into the boxes that exist today. And I know they didn't then. But when I met you at the ranch, one of the first things I thought was, God, this guy is so kind and affectionate and loving and will talk about feelings and all these things that are certainly not the image I grew up with knowing you from television. And I thought, oh, this is kind of cool. He's always played a cowboy and a roughneck and a Marlboro man, but I have a feeling he's at least 50% hippie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of a fun revelation for me. So back then, would you say you were in either camp, or you weren't really in either camp, or were you?
I'm not sure I'm in either camp today. No, I'm not in either camp.
So you were in the Air Guard, right? But didn't somehow you end up in California in the Air Guard?
I did. I transferred. I was in Van Nuys. Kurt Russell was in part of that same. It was the 146th Air National Guard. It was like a support unit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know. It's a whole other world, man.
How long were you in the Air Guard?
6 years is the obligation.
Oh, no kidding. And then, so what's like the daily requirements? Do you have to go on the weekends?
It's once a month.
Oh, once a month.
A weekend a month and 2 weeks every summer.
So in a way, pretty convenient, though. It gets you to Van Nuys, right?
It's easy. You got a job. You've got a job. I used to wear a short-haired wig
Oh, really?
to cover my long hair.
Oh, on the once a month thing?
And I had a guy out there, Dick Bauer was his name. And he was a sergeant, and he was a hard ass. But because I worked, I've got a work ethic, and that's something that my dad gave me. And I'd go out there on the weekends, and most of the guys were like fucking around. And I always had my nose to some stone somewhere. Mm. And because of that, this guy let me slide on wearing a short-haired wig.
In the late 60s, what is the path for someone who arrives in L.A.? Like, I found a comedy theater and then slowly got an agent and all that. So what was the path?
I had a connection before I even left Portland. It's really a weird thing. After 50 years of doing this, I can kind of draw a line where everything's connected somehow throughout the career in one way or another. There was a couple that lived next door, and they had a daughter who ended up marrying this AD, assistant director. The couple came to town, and he'd just gotten off of a film with Richard Brooks called The Professionals. And they said, there's this kid next door, and he thinks he wants to be an actor. And we, sit down and talk to him. And anyway, we bullshitted and, talked about the business. He gave me that line, if you ever come to L.A., come see us. Well, little did he fucking know I was going to take him up on it, right?
Yeah, what do they say, like a cruel acceptance of a casual invitation?
Exactly. And I went and saw him, and I ended up working as a day laborer in the construction business at that time. And I ended up doing some concrete work at his house and ended up painting the inside of his fucking house. And one day I was up on a ladder and I was rolling a ceiling right in the entryway, and this guy comes in and he's wearing a suit. There's a guy named Bob Thompson who was a casting guy at Universal, and he took a shine to me. So I'd go and hang out in Thompson's office. I'd get off of my construction job, and I'd go like daily, and I'd just listen to him do his thing, see people coming and going, and talk to him about the game. Turned out to be a very close friend.
Yeah.
But he set me up with my first agent, a guy named Dick Bassman. First interview that Dick Bassman sent me on was to meet a woman named Lillian Gallo, who's also deceased, who was at Fox. And I ended up auditioning for that contract program. That's what got me into Fox.
So you'd do like a monologue or some scenes for these people, and they would basically, based on that, they go, you're under contract.
Yeah.
We're going to give you some weekly, was it a weekly?
$85 a week.
A week.
And I was paying $85 a month for a little bachelor apartment right out of the back gate at Fox.
Oh, okay.
So that was a sweet time.
Yeah. So you're under contract, and they just occasionally call and say, hey, come.
Yeah, Rarely they'd call. The Universal program, they use their kids at Universal. They use their contract players a lot. in television, and once in a while, somebody'd get into a film. But the thing at Fox was based on boyfriends, girlfriends, and nepotism. So, and nobody was taken very serious.
And then you're now excluded, right, from working with Universal or
They'll loan you out.
Columbia. They would do that?
They would loan you out. I never got loaned out.
Okay.
I found out how to make it work, and I did a lot of episodic TV when I was there. Mm-hmm. I found out where the scripts come first. I befriended these two gals in the legal department, and they said, anytime you want to come in and look at the scripts, come on.
Oh, really?
And I did, and the legal department gets the scripts before the casting people get them.
Oh, right.
So I'd go through them, and I'd look for these little day parts or a couple of lines here and there, and go down to the casting guys and say, hey, there's this part and number such and such coming up, and maybe I could come read.
And did you feel at that time, what are you, like 23, 24 or something? Did you feel like, I'm killing it, I'm under contract?
And now I just felt like I was making a living as an actor.
Yeah, that's got to be a really good feeling now.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
So you're a very natural fit to be in Westerns.
Yeah.
Did you think like, oh, that's probably where I'll end up? Or did that come as a surprise to you?
No, I didn't. I mean, I had a lot of affinity for him because there's something about him that always spoke to me. Mm-hmm. And I also loved the Western films that I'd seen. John Ford movies were huge for me. But I think the fact that my folks grew up in Texas and I was around guys on ranches, it just seemed like kind of a natural thing somehow.
So you kind of knew you would land in that lane a bit, or that would be something you would be good at. Did you have at that time, well, in my case, I don't know, Nicolas Cage, I don't know who I was looking up to. Burt Reynolds, I thought was the king. Like, did you have?
Gary Cooper was my man.
Gary Cooper.
Yeah.
Like
and not just because of his Westerns, but I thought there was just something about Cooper as a man that I liked. Mm-hmm. He seemed like a decent guy to me. I identify with it. It took me a long time to get, I think, where I could even go and do that on some natural level.
What were your hurdles? Was it just like self-consciousness?
Yeah, I think so. Mm-hmm. I think so.
Well, and you need practice. You kind of underestimate.
You need practice, and in the beginning, you'll do anything because it's never been about the money. It's always been about the work. But that said, I would do anything in the beginning.
Right. You just got to do it.
You got to do it.
Yeah,
and that's how you learn.
Yeah, there's this kind of maybe perception that like actors are like combing through many great offers, and then they're only picking E.T. and whatever else. And it's like, no, you need to get out there and say some words in front of a camera. It doesn't really matter if that's in a diarrhea commercial or whatever the fuck it is. You just got to show up and get some hours on the job, right?
That's it. I remember one time, oh God, they had this. It was Toyota. You probably weren't even born then, but.
How dare you?
In the very beginning, they had these commercials for Toyota, and they do the sales pitch, and then at the end, maybe it was for Toyota trucks or something, one of those little tiny trucks that they made in the beginning. And at the end, these guys would jump up in the air.
I totally remember it.
Really?
Yeah, they'd go like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But up off the ground.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And then they
doing
freeze?
That.
Yes. Like they just won the Westminster Dog Show.
Yeah.
Right.
It was really...
Do they freeze frame on them high?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they were roughly dressed like lumberjacks, right? Yeah. But they were doing a very un-lumberjacky thing.
And I went in and did... This is, I think, it was really the first time when I thought, no. Because I'd gone in and I'd read for this thing and gotten a call back. And I read for the director. And then he wanted me to jump up in the air and see what it looked like when I jumped up in the air.
Oh, I wish I was there.
I said, "Are you really going to do this again? You guys are going to do this in this spot too?" I said, "Yeah, man, that's part of the Toyota thing."
Yeah.
And I just said, "Nah, it's time for me to go."
I don't think I have a convincing jump in me, sir. Mm-mm. I'd love to give that to you.
Not for that.
Oh, that's great.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
We are supported by Walden University. You know that feeling when you've been thinking about making a move, going after the degree, the promotion, that thing you keep telling yourself you'll get to someday? Walden University is built for that moment. For over 50 years, Walden has helped working professionals get the W, the knowledge, the skills, and the confidence to create real change in their careers and communities. Their programs are designed around your life, not the other way around. With Tempo Learning available in select programs, there are no rigid schedules or set weekly deadlines. You move at your own pace. And Walden's faculty aren't just academics. They're practitioners who bring real-world experience into everything they teach. From your first class to career coaching and beyond, Walden is your partner the whole way. Take the first step and learn at a pace that works for you. Visit waldenu.edu. Walden University. Set a course for change. Certified to operate by Chev. We get support from Apple Gift Card. Back to school is here, and for many, that means some big life transitions. Whether they are heading into a new grade or setting up a dorm for the first time, you want to give them something that actually supports their growth and success. Apple Gift Card is a versatile solution because it takes the guesswork out of gifting. It's not just about a new pair of AirPods for focus. It's about giving them the invaluable chance to choose the digital tools and subscriptions that suit their unique journey. They can use it for productivity apps on the App Store, movie nights on Apple TV, or extra iCloud storage for all those new memories. With Apple Gift Card, it's so empowering to give the students their freedom to allocate their own resources. Celebrate their new academic chapter. Visit applegiftcard.apple.com to celebrate their milestones and gift one today. This episode is brought to you by SoFi, the all-in-one finance app where you can bank, borrow, and invest all in one place.
Let's talk bank accounts for a second. The average bank savings rate is 0.39% in interest. You're earning pennies on your savings, but it does not have to be that way.
With SoFi High Yield Checking and Savings, the money barely making moves sitting in your savings account can earn over 8 times the national average savings rate with eligible direct deposit.
No account or overdraft fees, which feels rare these days. You can get your paycheck up to 2 days early, perfect for getting ahead of a bill or grabbing what you need right when you need it.
Plus, get up to a $300 welcome bonus when you sign up with eligible direct deposit. Sign up for SoFi Checking and Savings at SoFi.com/armchair. SoFi Checking and Savings is offered through SoFi Bank N.A., member FDIC. Terms apply. This episode is brought to you by ServiceNow. Look, I have my dream job. I get to talk to folks I admire like crazy and ask them virtually any question that I want to. I can't imagine a better way to spend my time. But even dream jobs have some not so dreamy parts, the stuff that gets in the way of the actual work. Now, that's where ServiceNow's AI specialists come in. They don't just tell you what you should do about your busy work. They actually do it, start to finish. Cases closed, requests handled, no extra work for you. So you and your team can focus on what matters most, which for me is, are they obsessed with male bodies on the same level as I am?
They never are.
To learn how to put AI to work for people, visit servicenow.com. Your big breakout role, unless I'm wrong, correct me, is the lifeguard? Is that?
Yeah, I guess so.
You're the lead of that movie, 1978?
74.
Oh, 74.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a sleeper hit, right? No one really sees it coming, but it's...
Yeah, it was. It did well. I mean, it made some money, but that was a time. I've also, suffered from being opinionated, but at the same time, I'm very honest. And honest and opinionated are really a shitty combination if you're trying to sweet talk somebody into hiring you for their job.
Yeah.
I think I got probably over the years, this guy's trouble, kind of a reputation because of script doctoring and just being honest with people. When we did Lifeguard, a guy named Dan Peter directed it, and Dan Peter is a brilliant director and a equally wonderful man. And we all looked at this thing as it was like a coming-of-age kind of story for Kathleen Quinlan, who was her first film. And it was about some guy that wasn't going to succumb to all his peer pressure and get off the beach. Mm-hmm. There's a sequence in there where he goes to his high school reunion, 15-year reunion, and everybody's like amazed that you're still a fucking lifeguard.
Right.
And he had this friend that worked at a car dealer that tried to get him to come down and work for the car dealer. It just was, there was a lot more to it than the ad campaign. It ended up being the one sheet was a animated one sheet of me with two big busted girls on either arm, and me in a pair of Speedos. And across the top it says, "Every girl's summer dream."
Well, again, 1974.
Yeah, sure.
And in those days, when you go to promote a movie, unlike today where everything's digital, I spent 6 weeks on the road for that film. One town, one night, another town the next night.
Promoting.
For 6 weeks. You travel with these press kits, and you've got a shitload of photos and bios on the whole thing. When you get into town, you spent the next day doing interviews, and invariably anybody that you're interviewing has seen the film. And more often than not, the interview would open with somebody saying to me, "This movie isn't anything like I expected it to be."
Right.
Based upon the one sheet,
Yeah.
the stuff they're reading. And I'd say, "Yeah, I know." And then go on and talk about it. Be honest and opinionated in the press.
Uh-huh.
They wrote that shit down.
Uh-huh.
My mom saved all that crap. My mom had like an archive on me at her place. And when she died, I started going through it. And all that shit ended up on the burn pile. I couldn't believe how fucking stupid I was. But I never worked at Paramount again.
Because of that press tour.
Maybe coincidental. I don't know.
Now, were you immediately aware of the reaction from Paramount was that, and that you'd kind of burned a bridge? Did you think to yourself, "Oh, I gotta reel this in a little bit"?
I think I knew through my agents. I had a couple of agents that I dearly love still today, but they both told me about,
Cool it a little bit.
Yeah.
And were you indignant or were you embarrassed?
I don't think I was ever indignant. I
Okay.
don't think that's part of my game somehow.
Uh-huh.
But embarrassed, and certainly took their advice later on down the road. But I feel like I've always done what I wanted to do somehow in the end.
Mm-hmm.
I remember after last year with Star is Born and the nomination and all that stuff, and talking on the phone with Ronnie, and really happy and really proud and all that, which meant more to me than anything that was being said about me at the time. And he said, "And you did it your way."
Uh-huh.
So
Now, in retrospect, it all worked out. Clearly, right? It all worked out. You got nominated last year. Yeah, so far. But I am wondering, because I worry too much, increasingly less, thank God. I think kids helps with that. But
sure.
The ride is so full of uncertainty and insecurity. And now that, you must be able to go okay, it worked out. Do you wish you could go back in time and tap the 30-year-old on the shoulder and go "Hey, just fucking don't work that shit. Stop wasting your time and your energy on even obsessing or worrying"?
Yeah, there's a lot of things I'd change, man.
Yeah.
About my life in general. When Catherine and I got married, we were both in our 40s. So Cleo came into the world with parents that were already halfway there.
Right.
I'd like to have been your age when I was raising my kids rather than...
Well, I got bad news for you.
Yeah.
By the way, you always flatter me like this. You kind of cut off 10 years. But no, I had Lincoln at 38 and I had Delta at 40.
Well,
So I'm pretty
if you
similar.
get lucky enough to be 75, then you'll...
By the way, if I make it to 75, I will be delighted. So you at least have...
Me too, and if I make it till this coming Friday, I will have done it.
Yeah, 2 days away from your birthday, right?
Yeah.
See, now, interestingly, I kind of think it's who knows? I don't know what the answer is, but I feel a little bit like it's an advantage for me to be older as a dad because...
Well, I think it is. I'm thinking more from the kid's perspective.
Uh-huh. Because you're not as, energetic and out there.
Yeah, not as active. That's all.
I do sometimes. I have to police myself. I'm like, I'm dadding like a granddad does. I kind of sit in my lazy boy outside and I interact with them. I talk with them, but I certainly would be up more probably if I was in my 20s. Yeah. And I think, oh Jesus, their dad sits down a lot.
And the other thing, I'll tell you one of the big differences there's a lot of differences between you and me, my friend. Number one is your intellect.
Oh, bullshit.
No, this happens to be very true, but you're so full of life. And you're such a talker, and because of your intellect, you're always interested, I'm very quiet by nature.
Mm-hmm.
Very quiet. around my family, around anybody, unless I get into a situation like this, and then I kind of stammer my way through, you know.
Yeah. Do you think you were, and probably it's a mix, but do you think you were born as a quiet type?
Yeah, I was quiet. I hung out by myself when I was a kid. I had a fort in the backyard, and
That was your world?
spent a lot of time there.
Because you don't have any brothers or sisters, right?
I have an older sister.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
How much older?
Glenda, 5 years older.
And what was that relationship with? Was she kind to you? And she,
Yeah, we had a typical relationship. I think that she'd probably have been better off had I not come along.
yeah, she had it made.
All of a sudden, the focus went somewhere else,
Yeah.
you know.
You were basically born in the second to last year of World War II. And it's just a drastically different. I think even in my 44 years, I'm like, wow, man, I've now lived through a lot of iterations of what culture says is cool,
Yep.
what society is, what's acceptable, what a dad does, what a dad doesn't do. All, you know, it's been dramatic in my life.
Yep.
And there was no cell phones. There was, you know, fucking VCRs. There was no cable. All this stuff that came along. And then I think about you, and then you witnessed even
Oh, fuck, man.
paradigm shifts.
It's
Huge.
unbelievable.
From your-
Culturally, when you look at it, when I grew up in Sacramento, but I'd get on my bike and ride over to the Sacramento River 5 miles away and fish all day on the banks of the Sacramento River all day long by myself and come home before it got dark. Try to get home before dark.
Sure, sure.
And it's like, fuck, really? You
Yeah.
don't do that anymore.
You lived through all the civil rights stuff.
Yep.
You witnessed all that firsthand. Like, what a thing to witness. Huge differences.
I often regret that I didn't get on a bus and go down there for some of that back in that day.
Yeah, I can imagine having that.
I'm sorry I didn't do that.
So you see these really kind of quantum leaps in culture and society. I do wonder, because for me, it feels really fast. Like, I look at my own career. There's stuff I did 9 years ago on TV that if I did today, I would be gone.
Yep.
It's just completely unacceptable. And that's in 9 years. So to me, it really feels like it's accelerating. But I wonder if you don't have that same point of view, because I guess the civil rights stuff too was really like a light switch, wasn't it? It just was like, we're talking about this now, and things happened daily.
Yeah, you know, and it's like, not only that, but it's like, again, with the Sharon Tate thing, when that happened, man, what kind of a shift was that?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, all of a sudden, you know, I mean, it paralyzed this town we're sitting in.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, man. I'm not sure the direction we're going is a great direction, and if we don't get a hold of it real quick, you know, because it moved fast, and it moved fast for your earlier years. But think of the way the thing is set up now, and the speed that we're moving at right now, and it's not a good thing. And this whole warfare thing, it's not going to go away because it's fucking big business.
Yeah, yeah.
Arms is
Oh.
big business.
It's probably our biggest export, really, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we just arm these guys all over the world and then step back, see what they can do with them, you know? And then if we don't like what they're doing, we go in and blow the shit out of them.
With our newer, better shit, so that we can then sell more of that. Yeah. Was it Eisenhower that warned of the military-industrial complex?
I believe so.
Yeah. So that's such a bummer that this isn't a new revelation that you and I have come to in this attic. It's like, this is something that's been warned for 60, 70 years.
But we don't listen, do we?
No. Well, let me ask you this. Could you at least compare to me? Obviously, there was tremendous divide during the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
Was that divide, did that feel more or less than what we have today?
Oh, I think it was more. And I'll tell you why. 58,000 men died in that war. And it happened on the fucking news every night. You'd see these guys unloading these bodies back where, I forgot where the place, where they'd bring those transport planes in and take those coffins off. Saw it every night. Saw battle footage. It was a real thing, you know. And we had guys like McNamara and all those guys trying to justify why we were there. They were, oh no, we're winning this war, you know. I was well aware of that one, but it's a hard one for me to draw too hard of a line on it. And I'll tell you why, because I've met a lot of decorated soldiers. I've met a lot of guys that were just fucking in the shit that went and served time. I've met a lot of guys that were wounded in that war. I've met a lot of families of men that died in that war. So it's hard for me to talk too heavy against the cause, although I think it was a lost cause.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard to be true to those friendships and have that opinion at the same time, if that makes any sense to you.
Well, it does. I've gone on 2 USO tours to Afghanistan. I couldn't be more anti-war. I think the whole thing's a fucking racket. I cannot believe after 150,000 years on Earth, this is still how we're settling stuff.
Yeah.
It is maddening.
It is maddening.
Yet I also recognize that the kids that are there are not a part of the machine deciding these things. They're not profiting from it.
Yeah.
These are folks that are, they're living on the side of a fucking mountain in Afghanistan. I want to go let them know I'm thinking about them. So for me, I can be pro-soldier and I can be anti-military.
Yeah. I think everybody ought to serve on some level, serve the country, serve the greater good. I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
Figure something out.
Have everyone get a little skin in the game.
Yeah.
Now, and I told you this on set, when I came to idolize you was Mask. I mean, that fucking movie, Gar from Mask, I was like, that's the dude. That's who I want to be. He rides a fucking Harley. He's confident. He'll punch someone out, but he's goddamn sweet to Rocky. I mean, the moment where you're like, Rock, get me another beer out of the fridge. And he goes in there and the tuxedo's hanging.
Right.
I mean, what a guy. And you're with Cher, you're riding fucking Harleys, you look sweet. Was it fun?
It was incredible.
It was.
It was incredible. I was doing a series called A Yellow Rose at the time, and Sybil Shepherd was going with Peter Bogdanovich. And I remember Sybil one morning, and we were sitting in a makeup trailer, and she said, I was talking about you last night with Peter. And I said, oh, yeah. And she said, yeah, he's getting ready to do this thing, Mask, and he's looking for a Gary Cooper on a motorcycle.
Uh-huh.
I threw your name in or whatever she said. And I'm thinking that's the end of that, right? Or that she was just pulling my leg, one or the other. And then Catherine and I were over a couple of weeks later over in Hawaii getting married. And I got a call from Ron Meyer to go and, I got to get back to town. And Universal wants me to come in and meet with Peter on this movie he's doing. I said, Ronnie, fuck, man. I'm on my honeymoon. I'm not going to fucking fly home for a meeting.
Right.
He said, well, you got to, man. I said, well, believe me, man, I can't make it.
Uh-huh.
I went back to the room and I told Catherine about it. Sometime that evening later, she went back up and called Meyer on the phone up at the desk and said, we'll be back. So set the meeting up. And she got me to go back.
Two actors in a relationship does not come without challenges because you both recognize you're both fucking obsessed with some silly thing. And, you have some awareness that this person has a real big passion other than just you.
Yep.
And what you just described has played out in our relationship several times where I basically go, they want me to do this. I said no. And just her hearing that I pick you over this thing. She then goes, don't you dare. You fucking go say yes to that. And she has done that for me countless times. And it's a simple little gesture, but just being reminded I would pick you over this thing is a prerequisite for two actors to be together for a long time.
Totally agree.
And then you got it. And did you know Cher beforehand?
What I knew of Cher was that I really loved Cher.
Uh-huh.
Which is also weird.
Uh-huh.
Just getting married, right? But I loved her from afar. I'd never met her. Used to watch the show, the Sonny and Cher show with my mom a lot because I was still up in Portland at that time. And then I came down, and one time I was in Vegas with Melissa, and we're staying at the Flamingo, and Sonny and Cher were playing the back room in this place. And I remember watching them through a curtain one night. I wasn't even sitting down at a table. I was like sneaking a look through some curtain. But I always was a huge Cher fan. And to have the opportunity to work with her was incredible, But Peter and Laszlo Kovacs was the DP. It just was an incredible experience. Eric Stoltz was mind-boggling.
Yeah, because what was he, 15
That
or
was
something?
early on in his game. And, he spent the 4 hours a day in a makeup chair, ate all of his meals through a straw, and lost, I don't know how many pounds he lost. It was a summertime. It was hot. and wearing that get-up that he had on. And never once complained. Never. Just wasn't in his bones to complain about anything. Laura Dern, I think it was one of Laura's first films, I mean, I think she was like 15 at the time, just...
Oh, it's such a heartbreaking, wonderful
incredible
movie.
Peter gave me the best entrance I ever had in a film ever, coming in on that Harley.
Oh, yeah. Did you ride prior to that, or did you?
No, I started riding, I did a pilot for a show called Evel Knievel
Oh, yes.
years ago. And that was my first time on Harleys, but they were those big souped-up, brand new ones. I was riding them on a drag strip most of the time over in Arizona somewhere. And,
Uh-huh.
that was the first time I'd ridden on them, though. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, you look cool as hell.
I really enjoyed it.
You couldn't have looked more relaxed on it.
It was fun.
Now, shortly thereafter, you do, and now I've heard you talk about this movie, and again, this is where I'm going to go. I'm sure your idea of it is so much different than mine, but Roadhouse comes about, and when you originally read that, what are your thoughts?
I remember reading it. I went back to Fox for the meeting on that. That's where Joel Silver had his office. And I remember sitting there after I'd read the script. I mean, on paper,
Well, that's what I'm imagining.
it was pretty fucking mindless.
Right. Not a very complex plot.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, I don't know, it's like the ultimate male fantasy on some level.
Sure.
It's like really weird. And I remember going in and being a little bit, do I really want to get involved in this thing or not? A guy named Rowdy Harrington was directing. I don't know that Rowdy had a lot of experience. I went and sat in his office with Joel, and I think Rowdy was probably there as well. And I remember there was a set of Venetian blinds, like a big window with Venetian blinds on it, and they were cracked open a little bit. And Joel was like pacing back and forth, and that's one of the things that I loved about that movie was working with Joel Silver.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was a throwback. He was like fucking old Hollywood, at least how I envisioned old Hollywood. He was loud, and he was smart, and he was creative, and he's kind of,
Yeah.
But I asked him, I said, why do you think I'm right for this film? He says, you got baggage, man. You got baggage. And that's why I got in that, I guess, because I got baggage. But then we got in there, and it just ended up being this incredible experience. Swayze was a fucking total Southern gentleman and the sweetest kid you could be around, and a crack athlete and dancer, and he'd had his hits, and he was a horseman, and we connected really quickly.
Uh-huh.
And had a lot of fun. And there was a guy named Benny the Jet. Benny Ukitis was his name. He had a place called the Jet Center, which is a
boxing place or something.
Yeah, boxing, but it was more like kickboxing. I think he was like 2 or 3 time world kickboxing champion, and he was the guy. We worked out with him every day.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, it was fucking unreal.
Well, you two must have bonded over the work ethic, you and Swayze, because one need only look at him to go, oh, that motherfucker must really dedicate to shit. Yeah,
we totally did.
That's the part of being an actor, I guess, that is really the thing to be envious of, which is fuck the movie and all that stuff, but like, how do you come together with these strangers?
It's the relationships.
Yeah, you get to meet someone, you do this weird thing, you're both learning something together. It's like, who on earth gets to do that?
Yep.
Now, at that time, though, were you at all, how am I being seen? Where am I trying to get to? Does this thing take me back? Does this thing elevate me? Were you juggling all that stuff, or just if you liked something, you liked it?
The part. It's always the part.
Okay.
If I can identify with the part and feel like I got something to bring to it, can believe it.
Uh-huh.
That's why I've always been like a weird stickler for dialogue. If I can't believe it, then it's hard to transform it into anything that's worth watching or worth doing.
Yeah.
I mean, having a collaborator at the helm is, to me, the best thing. Bradley was that way. I mean, Bradley was a brilliant collaborator. You know that. I mean, you know him better than I do. Well better than I do. I know him well enough to love the guy. Beyond that, I don't know shit about him.
Well, you and I both have marveled at how, and this goes me knowing him for 14 years.
Yeah.
Wow, he can sing. Who knew that? I don't know. Did he know that?
Yeah.
There's just almost every movie has come out. I'm like, oh, He's 230 pounds of muscle now in The Sniper. I didn't know he could do that. So I'm fatigued with how impressive he is. It's just like if he flies in the next movie, of course he can. The fucking guy's a musician all of a sudden. But he took a meeting with you, right? Originally, when
went to his home, yeah.
You went to his house.
I'd read the script when I got over there, and the part was good, but I wasn't sure, and I wasn't sure because this guy was directing a movie for the first time.
Sure. So
I went in there not knowing anything about where it was going to go, other than I was excited to have the meeting, and. I think we connected right away. We connected on the driveway on the way into the house. Like that brother thing somehow clicked right away.
Right. The chemistry somehow was there.
So we got inside, and I'd brought a bottle of fucking wine with me, man, because I was going to have dinner, right? So I don't drink, but,
knock yourself
somebody
out.
will enjoy it someday. Anyway, he said, it was really early on into the conversation, and he said, "I want to play something for you." He showed me a piece of film or video or digital or whatever the hell you call that shit that's on your phone of he and Gaga singing in that first meeting that he had with her when he went to her home. And I thought, wow, that was impressive. And he says, "I want to play something for you. You're going to think it's kind of weird, but I want you to listen to it." And apparently he'd been working with this voice coach that he works with. And he'd been listening to a couple of interviews that I'd done. And it was the thing that he played for me was him doing me in these interviews, not only doing a takeoff on my voice, but saying shit that I'd said
right
at some point in time.
Right.
And he turned it off. He said, "What do you think?" And I said, "Well, you're right. It is kind of fucking weird." But it was a good meeting, and
but I think
I left there hoping it was going to work out, and also thinking, well, if he's committed himself to my voice, odds are in my favor.
Right. Well, that's what's interesting is I can imagine going, you know what? I kind of want to use Sam Elliott as my North Star. I should see if Sam wants to be in the movie. If he says yes, I'll start working with a vocal coach and I'll put in that time. But to just do it all ahead of time, huge gamble.
Yeah.
That obviously worked out. But I don't know. There's something really cool about that he had already done all that and was like, hey, what do you think of this? It's uncanny. And, in fact, I've never heard anyone do it. An ongoing bit on the ranch was that they would make people talk like you, but none of us could. Of the 5 people that had to do it, no one got within even 40% of what you sound like. It was definitely low.
Yeah.
But and then I'm lost. I'm lost after that. But at any rate, I mean, it's really incredible how similar he is to you.
He's very close
in that movie. And
there's one scene when the first time I saw it, I thought, what the fuck, man? And I was trying to think if I'd looped that line, like went into an ADR session and did it for him.
Yeah.
And it's when she gets out of the car and walks away, and he said, "Hey," and she turns around and he said, "I just wanted to get another look at you."
Oh, big time.
That's in the trailer too.
Textbook Elliott.
It was a trip. Bradley was incredible, man. That last thing that he said to me out on the drive when we were leaving, he said, "Just trust me, man. You just trust me, you'll be happy you did. You'll be glad you did." And he's right.
That's great.
And I know that he told Stephanie the same thing because, we ended up going on the road and doing a lot of gabbing about the movie during
the thing to me that made it magic was like, the character was incredible. What a neat idea to use you as kind of a North Star. What really hit me was what he mastered, especially being sober, is the fucking delay. He was 1.9 seconds behind, and it was so consistent.
Yep.
He was just like catching up a lot.
Yep.
Things were coming to him a little late, and that to me was like
brilliant.
That was the one thing that made the performance
brilliant.
Something incredible.
Brilliant.
And so also you had seen versions, right? He kept messing with it, and you'd seen versions that were fine. And then ultimately you saw the version that is an incredible movie on all accounts. Mm-hmm. What's that like when you're like, I don't know if we're there yet?
The first time I went and saw it, and I just knew that it was all there, but it was really a first assemblage. And Bradley later on told me I shouldn't even have showed you that. But then I went back and I saw it again. We saw it at Bradley's place, and I took Catherine with me. And we both walked out of there thinking, what the fuck? What happened to the part? And the part was gone. It was really about Stephanie and Bradley, primarily. All the supporting players had suffered really badly. So at that point, I thought, it was a lot of fun doing it. And the movie will probably be really good. The music was incredible.
Yeah.
In that second assemblage. I didn't really know what was going to go on. And then we went up to Toronto, and we screened it up there. And I hadn't seen it for quite a time. But I'm going into the screening, and it was all the people from Warner Brothers are there, and those people are brilliant. But I wasn't prepared to see this movie, and I looked at it, and I just thought, Stephanie blew me away. Bradley blew me away. The music was fucking unbelievable. This is the movie that came out. And all of a sudden, I was back in the fucking movie. And it knocked the shit out of me. And then we had a Q&A to do afterward. Backstage where we were going to do the Q&A, I was sitting up in the audience. And I was really like, it knocked shit out of me. Fucking tears in my eyes. And I was not boo-hooing, but I was fucking really... It really got me.
Oh, that first time they sing on stage together, I was like chills everywhere, eyes watering.
Stephanie looked at me and she said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "I don't know." She came and gave me a big hug. You know what a big hug's worth.
Yeah, yeah.
You're a hugger. I'm going to talk a little more about Bradley, too. And he just never quit. He never fucking quit. And he had everybody on his side. Everybody trusted him. We'd done the last sequence, the bit in the driveway.
Right.
That was my last bit, and I rapped on the show. And then he called me back. 2 weeks later, he texted me. We texted a lot. We didn't talk much on the phone, but texted a lot.
Another development in your lifetime.
He said, "I got this idea of, what you were doing this last scene with Stephanie. What do you think?" And I said, "Really? Yeah, I'll be there." Because originally that was going to be her dad, it was the dad was going to talk to her about losing the boy. And, Andrew was so fucking good in it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he decided that it should be the brother. And going back in and doing that last scene, that last day, I think that was probably my favorite scene in the movie for me in the doing of it.
Right.
Because she was just scrubbed bare and totally blown away, and it was just right there on her face, and we just sat there on a couch and just like this, man.
Yeah.
Only Bradley was like where that trash can is instead of across the room, and the camera was right there behind him. It was all very close, and such a gift. He just gave me such a gift there. Gave the world a gift.
Yeah, it's fantastic. You're brilliant. That's your first Academy Award nomination, yeah?
Yeah.
How does it feel? Did it feel like you would have guessed it felt like?
Yeah, I'll tell you, it was really weird because while the Academy Award was going on, or that whole thing was going on, we were still working on the ranch, and a fucking fire went over the top of us and burned 2 or 3 houses right next to us. Malibu was shut down. I was going through roadblocks and coming home at fucking 2 a.m. in a fucking tuxedo, trying to get my way back through, having to circumvent the whole fucking thing. I'd go up to 101 to Las Posas, come around a long way.
Yeah, in your fantasy of being an Academy Award nominated actor, you're not like, oh, I guess I'll be crossing barricades.
Yeah. It was all great. I found it exhausting. And there were times where I felt like I was chasing it. And I didn't feel too good about that.
Had you prior to that really wanted one?
That never really crossed my mind.
Interesting.
I never thought I was that kind of an actor that I deserved to get an Academy Award.
Right. Yeah, life's weird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm still not sure.
Oh, you definitely deserve that nomination. There's no question. You were
Thank you.
Amazing.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
Living your best life means being extra where it counts and skipping the extra where you don't need it. Like in your cleaning products. That's where Seventh Generation comes in. Their bio-based cleaning power delivers a powerful clean with nothing extra in the bottle. Need a dish soap that cuts through the tough grease? A detergent that tackles the worst stains and odors? Seventh Generation handles it all without any dyes or artificial fragrances. Real clean doesn't have to come with a long list of add-ons. Upgrade to a powerful clean without anything extra. Look for Seventh Generation dish soap and laundry detergent wherever you shop for your cleaning products.
You have a crazy charisma with women. It is undeniable. I'm on that set of The Ranch. The youngest person in the cast is telling me she's in love with you. The oldest person in the cast telling me they're in love with you. My mother is in love with you. This is a kind of charmed existence. You have to be aware of the fact that you have something. You have what you got. You got lucky, right?
I got lucky. I think it's because I'm safe.
Is that what? That could be it.
I think it's because I'm safe.
Yeah, you're super respectful. You're super protective.
I was raised to treat women right. Mm-hmm. That's another thing that I got, I think, from my dad.
You know, when you commit to someone, probably half the reason it took till you're 40 to do it.
Yeah.
But there's a certain, you're going to have to say no a lot more than I'm going to have to say no than a lot of people are going to have to say no.
I think earlier on, probably that was the case.
Well, then you're just missing the signals now.
And now I'm going to go back to when you're 75. It doesn't really matter so much anymore. I don't know.
But it's a great fuel source, isn't it?
Sure.
Like
sure.
that kind of...
It's weird. It's weird in some ways. Anytime some young girl comes up and is like gaga about something, I think, wow, what the fuck? Mostly now it used to be the women in general, about them, but now it's about their mothers. My mother just loves you. Just loves you.
I'm doing it to you myself.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Although my mom's a spring chicken, so it's still kind of
right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I think she told me on the phone last week. She said, I pray for Catherine's longevity, but just make sure Sam knows there's always a backup plan in Hood River.
I'm not really enjoying getting scripts now where I'm the old guy all the time because I don't feel like the old guy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, my body feels like it. My body feels really old.
Too much yard work.
It's too much something for too many years. Maybe just too much longevity. I don't know. Maybe it's that simple. It's just been around too long.
But you go hard, too.
Yeah.
You're working hard. When you're not working, you're fucking driving Catherine up to Oregon, doing road trips.
Yeah.
You're maintaining these properties.
There's way too much. I'd love to be in a position right now to just kick back and enjoy
2-bedroom condo.
the fruits of the labor, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I was impressed with by you, I sometimes fear I won't have it, is you care a lot. You still care a lot. The Ranch, Kutcher asked me to do it. I love Kutcher. Absolutely. Another part of my hand's like, I don't know, multicam sitcom. I've never done one of those. That's scary. I don't personally watch a lot of multicam sitcoms. Also, I recognize that the show has a bit of a right-leaning political agenda. I'm not right-leaning myself. I got to kind of wrestle with that and think about that. I'm learning how to act in front of the audience, real time with you. I think my first scene on the show was with you.
Yep.
And all those things, I could have gone into it either thinking, I shouldn't be doing this, blah, 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 blah. And I was telling Monica this the other day. Lo and behold, on a show that I underestimate, our last episode of last year, lo and behold, I bet that's the best thing I've ever done.
Yep.
We're in a VA meeting together.
Yep.
You're there.
Yep.
And I'm not being saccharine or overinflating this. You being there is everything. Your commitment is you care so much that you're there for me. It's not your scene.
Yep.
And you're there and you're checking in with me and you care. I can feel it. And I pray that I still will care.
Yeah.
I think it's really admirable. It's really gracious of you.
I don't think if you don't care, then why bother?
Well, there's reasons. Either you're bored or you don't know what else to do or you want the
go
money.
do something else.
Yeah. Most shit doesn't pay as well, though.
But I think as soon as you start not caring, then I think that's the end of the road, because you see it, Kutcher. I felt like I got to see Ashton Kutcher become a fucking really fucking incredible actor. I mean, he did some shit on that show that I'd never seen him do before. And he's such a powerhouse anyway. I mean,
Well-
he's got such a rich life and so many other worlds, and it's almost like the acting thing's a sideline, and it's mind-boggling.
What I've always said about him, and again, he gave me my first chance in this business.
Yeah.
10 years of unemployment till that guy came into my life. So I will forever be grateful to him. We're sitting in front of a house that I wouldn't be sitting in front of without Ashton. So, and the thing I always told about people is I don't admire people because they're good actors. It's just not in me. I can appreciate it. I can look at Sean Penn's acting and go, fucking A, that's another level I'll never get to. I see the brilliance. That doesn't mean there's going to need to be something else for me to like idolize him or look up to him or appreciate him. And Kutcher, the one thing I saw immediately, I was like, this motherfucker works hard.
He works really hard.
Dedicated. He has a work ethic unparalleled.
I've never seen anybody work harder than he does.
And so he has character. I look at him and I see someone with character. I'm not even evaluating the other stuff.
That's right.
But yeah, he's just an incredibly driven, hardworking, considerate, everything. Great guy to work with. You want that motherfucker on your team if you're doing anything.
Yeah. That whole team on that show, from the top down, was brilliant to work with.
Mm-hmm. So you have this, most of your career is just hard work, earning stuff, all that. And yet you've also had this awesome lottery ticket in your back pocket, which is that fucking voice. So just the voiceover thing, is that not the greatest little part of your...
It's incredible. I turn a lot of voiceover stuff down. I'm real picky about it. And the reason is because my voice is so distinctive. Mm-hmm. If I had one of those voices that, it's just, God, it sounds like, nah, it's not him.
Right.
Then it'd be easy to do a lot more than I do. But I'm happy.
But over time, you have represented almost every truck brand, right?
I've sold every truck there is known to man.
Which I love. You did Dodge, IBM, Union Pacific, American Beef Council. How many hours?
I've done Ford and Chevy, too.
Ford and Chevy.
Yeah. Ford was my first voiceover.
Yeah. How many years have you been doing Coors?
I don't even know. It's been so long.
Since Adolph Coors was at the helm?
Not quite. I think Pete was running the show. But that's another thing about working for an outfit like Coors. It's like we were talking earlier about it's the people you work with. Mm-hmm. Those people at that company are solid. Yeah. That's a solid family.
Have you been I have to imagine at this point, you've been invited to their home?
I've never gone to their home.
Oh, you haven't?
And I really haven't seen them since early on in the campaign. But I had some really nice encounters with the family when we first started, and I just know the kind of people they are.
Well, the simple fact that they're still a family business, almost impossible to keep a family business going more than a generation.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then lastly, of all the things, where does being in Lebowski rank? Where does introducing us to the dude in that world, where does all that fall? Is that...
It falls high. It ranks high. You mentioned it again when you were giving the rundown on all the great elements in regard to the ranch. And one of them was the political bent. That political bent of Bo's is a long way for me.
Right.
That was something I wrestled with weekly, And an example of that beyond that, which connects to the Big Lebowski, the Little Lebowski. Mm-hmm. It was actually a part of that line in that last sequence about the little. I happen to know there's a Little Lebowski on the way.
Yeah. A Little Lebowski.
Every once in a while, there's a picture of me that'll show up online, and it's from the Big Lebowski, sitting there at the bar, looking right into the lens. And then whoever it is that selected that photo to, and it's always about some right-wing fucking thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Right. They've made you the poster.
I'm the poster child.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was kind of saying is the roles you played and stuff is kind of a little misleading.
Yeah, they are misleading. I'm more the center than...
I'm an alt-centrist is what I say.
I mean, if you can't fucking sit down and talk to each other or reach across the aisle, then what the fuck? How can you serve your constituents if you can't be talking about something that's everybody's going to benefit by? The last sequence in the Big Lebowski, I was only there 2 days. I did all that stuff in 2 days. Never got out of the bowling alley. Anyway, I'd done this voiceover or the long speech at the end. Like, I don't know. The boys are sitting, the Coen brothers are sitting right there behind the bar, right next to the lens. And I think I did it like, I don't know, I'd done about 8 takes and I'd given it my best.
Mm-hmm.
I pride myself with coming in ready to work.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I've learned. And I think that's one thing that allowed me to get better. And I'd done that on that scene. And I finally looked at these guys after about 8 takes and I said, you guys got to tell me what you want. I've done the best I can do. And I think it was Joel that looked at me and said, oh, you had it on the 4th or 5th take. We just like watching you do it. And I ended up doing 15 takes on that thing.
Just so they can enjoy it.
Yeah.
I've directed a few movies, and the 2 times in my life I literally forgot to call cut one was with Bradley.
Yeah.
I'm just watching him on the monitor do this fucking gnarly scene, and he's so in it, and I'm watching it, and I totally forget I'm on a movie set. I think I'm just watching the movie, and
Wow.
I forget to call. There's just a moment where he's like out of stuff to say. The scene's clearly over, and then he just kind of looks in the barrel. I'm like, oh, Jesus, cut. Right. And then Jason Bateman, too, one time, he just kind of started riffing, and I was like, yeah, I'll watch this for 2 hours as long as you want to go. I get a front row seat to someone as good as you. I'm just going to sit here and watch. So that's a great feeling, getting sucked into someone like that. Happens occasionally, too, when you're acting with somebody and they kind of make everything fall
Disappear.
away, right? Yeah.
It's the best when that happens.
It is. It's a really...
It doesn't happen a lot. But
Right.
boy, when that happens, there's nothing like it.
It's really fun. Sam, I just want to say that over the years, I've had the pleasure of meeting a ton of my heroes, a lot of folks. This business doesn't always promote happiness in some way, fulfillment. It's kind of counterintuitive.
It is.
I think I've been disappointed more than I've been happy. You over-delivered in every single way. Just kind and generous and lovely. And I can't... the highlight of doing the ranch, well, there are a couple. I really just enjoyed that audience and everything.
Yeah.
But getting to come into work, see you, get a hug from you, I was like, this is a very special thing that I'm present for and I'm grateful for.
Thank you, Dax.
Yeah. It's been such a highlight to get to know you.
I'm honored to be here, talk to you. I miss you.
I miss you.
I'm so proud of what you're doing.
Oh, thank you.
I just want to see you keep doing it.
I'll try.
Maybe we'll get together again sometime.
Yes.
You know.
I'd love it. I'd like to get out there to Malibu with the kids and let them
Come on.
trash that place.
Come on. Before we head to Oregon.
Well, yeah, I hope I see you again soon. I appreciate you coming out.
Anytime, pal. Thank you.
And now my favorite part of the show, the fact check with my soulmate, Monica Padman. Sam the Muffin Man? Is that something?
No, that's do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man, the Muffin Man.
Flim Flam the Muffin Man?
Do you know the Muffin Man? He lives on Drury Lane.
Ooh, Drury Lane.
Yeah.
That sounds very English. Do you think that's an English nursery rhyme?
Definitely. I think Drury Lane is an actual lane.
And it's a popular one?
I think so.
Oh, I'd love to live on Drury Lane. It sounds dreary.
sounds
You would
nice.
have major sad there.
Yeah, because you're thinking
Dreary.
dreary. Yeah.
Yeah, dreary. In fact, I would even think maybe an English person's accent would make it sound like dreary. It's dreary out.
Yeah, it kind of also sounds like jewelry.
Yeah, jewelries.
I would not like it. I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't really like it there anyway because it's very rainy and dreary.
In England.
Yeah.
Yeah, in England town.
Yeah.
But it's lovely, too.
It is lovely. I studied abroad there. I loved it, but it was...
How long were you in London town? A couple hours? Long enough to stand in that line.
Couple months.
Couple months?
Maybe 2.
So if we went to London, would you be able to navigate us around with ease?
No way. That was so
Oh.
long ago that I went. I mean,
Oh.
that would have been 2010.
Okay. Maybe I'm wrong, but
years ago.
this will sound cocky, but I'm pretty sure, because I did the Eurail trip when I was 19. Went to a
Okay.
bunch of cities, and I'm pretty sure I could get from the train station to everywhere
Wow.
that I went.
Okay.
But I have
That
a
is
very...
cocky.
It is cocky.
Yeah, that was a really long time ago.
It was, but I have a good...
25 years ago.
Yeah, 20 coming up on 26 years ago.
Wow.
Oh, should I do a 26-year reunion trip?
Sure.
Eurail? Well, I have a good sense of navigation.
You do.
And I'm feeling very bullish. Now, if we went and tested it, I bet it'd only be about 50%. Now, I think I could do it in 75% of the places I went, and I bet it's really only 50. But I bet it's 50.
Okay.
Do you trust me?
No,
Okay.
I don't. I don't.
But you
I think
trust me
you'd
more
have
than-
us walking around all over the place looking for stuff, wasting our day.
Okay.
That's
it's
what I
possible.
predict.
Only
That's
one
what
way
I
to find out.
Well, yeah.
26th anniversary trip to Europe. By the way, can I just tell you one funny thing? So my brother just turned 50. I love him, David.
Happy birthday, David.
And so he's freaky because he's 5 years older than me. So I know what's right around the corner, basically.
Yeah.
And so we were texting about it, and we were recalling my father's 50th birthday party. And I'm telling you, from my point of view, we were sending him away. Like that party was.
It was a death party?
Yes, it was like almost a retirement party or something. It felt so old to me at 26 or 4 or whatever the hell I was when he turned 50. And we were both just kind of remembering how old we thought he was when he turned 50. And we had this big party with pictures of him everywhere, like he was going to pass. And now that I'm here, that's very young.
A lot happens in 5 years. Think about 5 years ago. A lot's changed.
Yeah, I mean, I think as the older you get, the less changes for you, right? Like 5 years ago, I had a kid.
You were 39.
Wasn't even 40 yet.
39. We hadn't done this.
No,
You had one kid, barely.
barely. Hadn't made chips.
Yeah, you hadn't done a lot of
Anything.
things. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I was just a little baby.
Lots can change is my point. A lot's going to happen between now and 50 for you.
Yeah, probably.
So,
That's exciting.
yeah, so it
Just the
doesn't feel like
notion of-
right around the,
No.
I'm saying right around the corner is not really fair.
No, but just because he's my brother and he doesn't feel that much older than me because we're brothers.
Yeah.
Whereas your parents feel way older than you. I feel like old people always, even when you're 15 and they're 30.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't happen. But let's say when you're
It could.
12, like my brother was 12 and my mom was 30.
Uh-huh.
That was a young lady.
Very.
But he thought she was an old woman, I bet.
Yeah, of course. That's what we do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is all relevant because
Oh, yeah, because Sam is older than me.
on the older side of life,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
I don't want to make him self-conscious if he listens.
Do you think he doesn't know that?
It's like something you can know, but do you want to hear? Like that people, like when they think of you, one of the things they think of is old. Well, I think ageism's real, don't you?
I mean, I think people have ideas about old people.
Yeah.
That maybe isn't fair. Yeah.
I do.
But sometimes it's fair.
Sometimes it's fair, and then but I'll recognize it. Here's how I know. I got a perfect analogy. We all know that it's racist to say that a black person is well spoken, because what you've noticed is like, oh, they speak well, meaning you think the average black person doesn't speak well because they don't speak exactly like you. Similarly, I will watch, I can give you an example I've even said on this show. I watched the Rupert Murdoch interview on Charlie Rose, and at the time I want to say he was 80 or something, or late 70s, and he had just acquired MySpace. And I was like, this motherfucker is sharp. Like he understands the future of social media. I barely understand it, and I'm 30
Right.
something. So I was like, I make a point to say how sharp someone is when they're older, which is very similar.
I do not think it is, because there's an actual brain degeneration that happens the older you get. That's a real thing.
For
So
some people.
No, for every person. Your brain is not going to be at its same state as it is right now.
Well, not at its peak. I think you're an ageist. I think we're finding out you're an ageist
No,
right
I'm
now, real
not.
time.
No, I'm not. That is literally science.
Okay, sure.
So that happens. So when somebody is 90 years old and seems to have all their facilities completely intact, it is remarkable. That is unusual for someone of that age, based on science.
But underneath that is you had a stereotype. You expected them to be not with it. And when they were with it, it seemed exceptional.
because it actually is exceptional because of science.
I don't think it's as exceptional as we sometimes paint it out to be. I think that's ageism, where we think everyone that's 80 has some mental decline that probably they don't. And that I think people age differently. I think the assumption shouldn't be that someone that's 80 is declined mentally. I think that's a bad assumption to make, and that when someone's not declined mentally, it's shocking. That's the exact same way. There's no difference between that and saying gay people have a higher rate of HIV, so when I meet someone, I expect them to have AIDS. Well, no. Yes, that's true. And no, that shouldn't be. You shouldn't walk in expecting them anything. Ideally, like each individual should get a clean slate evaluation from us.
Right. That's fair.
Yeah.
So he talks about Phil Bowerman, the Nike guy.
Oh, right.
He was going to go run for him.
Oh, at the University of Oregon.
Yeah, and I didn't know if people don't know who he is. He's an American teacher and co-founder of Nike. Over his career, he trained 31 Olympic athletes, 51 All-Americans, 12 American record holders, 22 NCAA champions, and 16 sub-4-minute milers. He disliked being called a coach, and during his 24 years at the University of Oregon, the Ducks track and field team had a winning season every season but one.
Whoa.
Attained 4 NCAA titles, and finished in the top 10 in the nation 16 times. As co-founder of Nike, he invented some of their top brands, including the Cortez and Waffle Racer, and assisted in the company moving from being a distributor of other shoe brands to one creating their own shoes in-house.
And he made him with a real waffle iron. Have you ever seen any footage of him in the early days?
I think I have. Yeah, it's crazy.
Why didn't he like being called a coach? What did he prefer?
I don't
Lover?
know. It doesn't say. Maybe he didn't like the ranking of it.
What if your coach announced, I want to be referred to as your lover? Problematic, right?
Probably a Me Too moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably. Okay, so you said guns are our. It's hard to do our.
It's incredibly hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guns are our biggest export. So the U.S. is notably not just by far the world's largest military force, but also the largest supplier of arms. Mm-hmm. But it's not our biggest export.
Yeah. Yeah.
Currently, the biggest export is machinery, including computers. Mm-hmm. $213.1 billion. 12.8% of total exports. And then there's a bunch of others. Mineral fuels, including oil, electrical machinery equipment, aircraft, spacecraft, vehicles. Vehicles is number 5. Optical, technical, and medical apparatus. Plastics, plastic articles is 7. Gems, precious metals. Pharmaceuticals, and organic chemicals. Those are top 10.
So, arms is not on there. I'm talking
not.
fighter jets, tanks, missiles, ballistics.
Yeah.
I don't just mean like pow guns.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't see it on here.
Oh, okay.
I don't think.
Well, I just think about it this way. When Trump hosted MBS, the big thing was they're spending $100 billion, just them. Do you remember that?
No.
Was it $100 billion? That he kept announcing why we have this relationship with Saudi Arabia, and he kept pointing to that they were going to buy $100 billion worth of stuff, and he was listing like $12 billion, and I might have the numbers wrong, but it was enormous, and that was just Saudi Arabia.
Right.
It's crazy.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Largest supplier, so that makes sense. I mean, it could be in these categories. Maybe it's in machinery. I don't know.
And planes and
aircraft, spacecraft.
Yeah.
Maybe
they just haven't compiled all the. I don't know.
I'm going
to do some independent research. What I think the total military-industrial complex export is.
Okay.
Those bunker busters.
What's that mean?
These missiles that we make, like each missile is like $50,000. People are buying thousands of them.
Right.
There's a lot of money in it.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of the military-industrial complex, you said, was it Eisenhower? And it is.
Oh, it is always Weisenhower.
It is.
Well, they say Eisenhower was Weisenhower. Very wise.
Oh, wow. What a good nickname for him.
Yeah. Can I tell you one interesting thing about our interstate highway system?
Sure.
So that was something that happened under Eisenhower. Mm-hmm. And it was basically sold as kind of a military endeavor in that we needed it in case we had to transport military stuff. And there's some requirement that every X amount of miles, there has to be a straight chunk, like a mile or two long, so that aircraft can land on our interstate system. Like it was designed specifically to be able to land jets anywhere we needed around the
crazy.
country. Yeah, so it like had two goals.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that is neat. That's pretty much it.
That was that's everything.
Yeah. I mean, you said it was almost impossible to keep a family business going longer than a generation, but I did find a list of those. And actually, Walmart is one of them.
Oh, sure, the Waltons.
Yeah.
What's interesting, I haven't looked at that Forbes top 10 richest people in the world list in a long, long time, but I used to be super interested in who was the richest person in the world for some reason. Is that ever interested you?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay.
I would find that interesting, yeah.
Okay. So you know, like the Sultan Brunei used to always be at the top of that list. And Warren Buffett, of course. Now Bezos. But anyways, about whenever I stopped reading those, I want to say like 10 years ago, always, the decade I read that list, always in the top 10, 5 of them were fucking Waltons.
Wow.
All the children
That's
of Sam
amazing.
Walton, their chunk of it put them on the top 10 worldwide.
Wow. That's incredible.
That's a big chunk of cheddar cheese.
Yes, it
That little mouse
is.
could spin herself silly in that big chunk of cheese.
Big time. Big time.
Now, one neat thing about their inheritance is it's predicated that they have to do a public works project in Bentonville. Do you know this? Yeah, so all of them, to get their inheritance, they have to better the city, Bentonville. So
that's
Bentonville has like some of the best museums in the world. They have like the best bike path system. They have all these weird, really nice public work projects that have been funded by the Waltons.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's
interesting
very cool.
place.
Well, if you're in Bentonville, go visit that museum.
Yeah.
It's the best one in
$800
America.
$800 million endowment.
We had a couple good museums in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Like?
A history museum.
Nice history museum.
Coca-Cola museum.
Oh, Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Well, Atlanta's a great place. Everyone should visit it. They should swing through Duluth.
Oh, yeah.
On their way up to Lake Lanier.
Say hi to my mom and dad.
And get a tasty
grandma.
freeze. Maybe get
What's
some
a
kind of a
Tasty
custard.
Freeze?
You know, an ice cream. Like
We
a
don't
Dairy
call
Queen.
them that. Oh, DQ. Yeah, Blizzard for sure.
You don't call them custards ever? Frozen custard? That was
There
like
was
a thing.
one place that opened when I was in high school. I forget what it's called. And it was frozen custard. And my friends were obsessed with it. And so I went and I was so excited. And then I was
Disappointed.
underwhelmed. I was underwhelmed by the custard.
Was it called Cuckoo's Frozen Custard?
It wasn't.
Oh, Cluck Cluck Custard?
No. Is that what yours is called?
No.
Oh.
I'm just making up names for custard. Now I'm trying to come up with some alliteration with C.
I think it was called like Gia's or something.
Oh, Italian.
Yeah,
Italian
yeah.
spin on the
Yeah,
custard.
Yeah. It wasn't Italian custard though.
It
or
wa-
was it?
Well,
I
wouldn't
don't
that
know.
be
Gelato.
gelato?
I love gelato.
Oh, it's nice. I didn't think I cared about ice cream all that much. And then when we worked in Rome, Will Arnett was super into the gelato, and he sussed out all the best ones, and he found it.
Yeah.
And we went there every single day. It was heavenly.
I know we went to the best one in Florence.
Oh.
We found it and went when I studied abroad there.
Oh.
I didn't study abroad in Florence. But I went there while I was studying abroad.
Was it called the Custard d'Elegance?
I don't remember what it was called, but I did buy a T-shirt from there.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Any titties on it, like the one you got in Nashville?
Don't remember any breasts on the shirt with the ice cream, but it was a classy place. They wouldn't have had naked
Breasts.
ladies on it.
Although you see a lot of breasts around Italy because all the art, you know.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Lots of exposed
During the
bodies,
Renaissance, they were
statues.
popping.
You know, Italy has some of the
world-class
best museums in the world.
Well, yeah, the
that they
Sistine
do.
Chapel. That's a
Yeah.
hell of a place.
Oh, yeah. What's your favorite gelato flavor? Pistachio?
No, is that yours?
No. Mine's stracciatella.
Oh yeah, I love stracciatella.
Stracciatella is my
Yeah, there's
favorite.
little ribbons of chocolate in it.
Yes.
Yes.
So good. It's
Yeah.
like chocolate chip.
Yeah, I think that might be my favorite. Or strawberry. Strawberry-italia. Strawberry
Ew,
Italia.
I bet you ordered it so gross.
Oh, you better believe I did. I'd go in and I'd go, grazie.
Oh.
Ciao bello. Stradadali. What was the one that you
Stracciatella.
Stracciatella.
Oh, my God.
Give me an extra big one.
Ew.
I'm very hungry.
Oh.
I need a sugar. I've ride a Ducati.
Stop.
Very sexy.
Oh my
You
God.
love it.
No,
You
I
love
don't.
it.
No, I don't.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in.
I'm sorry.
Get yourself a nice plate of stracciatelle and a bowl of oatmeal.
Oh my God. Goodbye.
All right. Love you.